I'm Andrew Graham-Dixon, and I'm an art historian.
I'm Giorgio Locatelli, and I'm a chef. We are both passionate about my homeland, Italy. The smells, the colour, this is what food is all about for me. The rich flavours and classic dishes of this land are in my culinary DNA.
And this country's rich layers of art and history have captivated me since childhood.
It's meant to make you feel as if you are being whirled up to heaven.
We're stepping off the tourist track and exploring Italy's northern regions of Emilia-Romagna, Lombardy and Piedmont.
It's part of Italy that's often overlooked, but it drives the whole country, and I want to show off its classic dishes.
Not to mention its hidden legacy of artists, designers, intellectuals.
Wow! This is incredible! This week we are in Lombardy, where I grew up, and I can't wait to introduce Andrew to the earthy Lombard food of my youth.
We'll also enjoy the ingenious art and thrilling design that reveal how this region really is the motor of Italy.
Andrew is right. Lombardy often has more in common with Northern Europe than the Mediterranean South. Progressive, pragmatic. Unlike the laid-back Southerners, the Lombards like to get things moving. And you don't have to look far, for example, from it. My favorite is on the River Adda, one of the greatest arteries of Lombardy. It may not be a fresco, but I'm pretty sure Andrew will appreciate it. Andrew, this is it. This is the bridge. This is it. We are here. Oh, look at the drop. It's unbelievable. Try to turn right here. Here you got a lot of industry and exchange. So this bridge was very, very important for the communication. It is amazing. Built in 1889, the San Michele Bridge was much admired across Europe for its elegant design and cutting-edge technology. It's simple, beautiful, and most importantly, functional. Wow! It is enormous, isn't it? It looks so tiny from the top. No, it's just so big.
What I like is when you see it in the river, it's like an eye staring into the 20th century.
And this is what Lombardy is all about, you know, looking towards the future. They built this thing in 2 years.
2 years?
In 2 years they built this thing. Their feet were definitely in Europe. These guys were there with everybody else, with the Industrial Revolution and building and going forwards.
They're kind of the dreamers, but they're also engineers.
Bellissimo. There is one last stop for us in Lombardy, a place that for me epitomized the spirit of the region, the Taccani Power Station. Built in 1904, it was one of a series of hydroelectric plants on the River Adda that powered the modern success of Lombardy. My father and his father before him were hydroelectric engineers, so places like these are special to me. Going and seeing my father when he was working, I spent a lot of time. It is so important because this is the blood of Lombardy. They found themselves with a really enormous light industry that needed energy to propel it forwards. And so they didn't have anything to burn. So they harvest the power of the mountain and this water coming down.
I love these old machines. I think they're wonderful.
They are incredible, isn't it? This is like, it's really an expression of what the Lombards are, which is, you know, about movement, energy, going forwards, building, you know, just getting things moving all the time.
They really built them to last, didn't they? I mean, I think they were made in 1904 and they're still powering Lombardy with electricity.
Yeah. And you know, what is really, really nice as well is, you know, a river makes the motion to get the tram in Milan to work. It's lovely to think that that energy then propel that thing all the way through the futurism to everybody.
Well, I was going to say, without this place, futurism wouldn't have been possible.
Absolutely.
They're celebrating the electrical city. So much noise in here.
Yeah, it is.
It makes me feel like I'm in a cathedral full of machines. Strikes me that it's quite a good place to end our journey, given that we've been banging on about how Lombardy is the motor that drives Italy, and here we are at a turbine station that furnishes half of the electricity of the region.
pretty amazing building.
It's a great, but it's like a palace. It's like the Palazzo del Te, except instead of having one of
Palazzo dell'Elettricità.
I think it really sums up what I've got from this particular journey, which is a really strong sense of the role that this part of Italy has played in the larger Italian story. I think really Lombardy propelled the rest into the 20th century.
Well, that's the reason I took you here, because I really see the connection between these kind of spaces, this kind of like showpiece like this, that are very beautiful to see, but as well, they really show the resilience of the Lombard.
That meal that you cooked, what did you call it? The
Cazzola.
Cazzola.
Yeah.
So I felt that, it was a really nice transition. It helped me to understand, as it were, where Lombardy came from, because that, to me, felt like the origins of this place. I was going back to something that people had eaten almost forever, and it wasn't very fancy, it wasn't very posh, it was really rustic. That was food from the fields, and that, to me, almost was a symbol of how far they rose. Through that cathedral, bringing all the intellectuals here, through that culture of design gradually developing into the 19th century. It's an amazing evolution from really quite low origins.
This is also based really on absolutely strong work ethic. Everybody realizes themselves through work. Work is like a religion for them. When they get up in the morning, they see you in the square. They don't say to you, "How are you?" They say, "Come va lavorare," which means, "How's the work?"
How's the work?
How's the work? How are you doing at work?
Do you think I finally? Hey, maybe I finally understood. That's why you're the way you are.
Why?
Because you're a Lombard. You never stop working.
Friday night on BBC HD usually means a bit of comedy, and that's provided by QI next, with some of the finest bits from the series devoted to the letter H.